This is Santo, Brazil, November 2024. The population looks to be about 750,000 people, so that's a big city. One website said that the level of crime is high and concerns about being robbed, well, those are very high. The two people in the front, a husband and wife who are both off-duty police officers. They have two other passengers in the back seat. Two men on a motorcycle are about to round this blind corner behind them with robbery in their hearts. Remember, transitions, well, those are opportunities. If you understand how you might fully exploit an adversary's vulnerability. What is that mysterious light? It's the driver's muzzle flash. Hey guys, retired Lieutenant Todd Heaton here with Humilitas First. Okay, let's break this down and then I'll offer some solutions you might consider to keep yourself and your family safe. Now, we can't see all the angles in this video. We have a limited camera's eye view, so we don't know where the nearest blind corner is in this particular parking situation. Personally, if this corner back here, if it is the nearest blind corner, I don't want it behind me. The best case scenario is to park in such a way that it gives you the longest unobstructed sight lines. Why? Well, then you can see problems developing earlier. Have you ever wondered why, when you see a police officer park in a parking lot, he's always off by himself with no cars anywhere near him? You want to see the dangerous men moving into your little area earlier, beginning to compress with you and yours. So they put the largest cone of sight in front of them. They want really long unobstructed sight lines. They want to see you coming early. That way they can either get out regaining mobility or they can reposition. Say if you're a pedestrian, pretending like you're just on a disinterested near pass, like you don't even know they exist. But oddly, you're going to come fairly close to them, which equals opportunity, by the way. That's not happening. They're just going to move. At least I would. If the driver was monitoring his rearview mirror, then he might have seen the bike break that blind corner. Depending upon the bike, he may have heard it coming before that. You can see the speed that the bike breaks the corner. So if it's me, I'm going to be checking the driver's side mirror. Why? Well, as you can see, it's after dark. So at the pace that he broke the corner, to pull off the robber's little signature move of braking hard, he's going to have to start braking somewhere around this point. You may be able to see the headlight kind of dip, and you also might be able to see the brake light illuminate the ground in your side mirror. It's a timing thing. You look and you see him braking hard with the timing that fits in with where you're parked. That's a heads up that he might be fixing to rob you. Next up, as you see the bike radically reducing its speed as it moves past the driver's side window. And another thing, why is he suddenly raising his arm as if he's pointing at me? Well, that's a gun draw. What this tells you is you should be getting ready as you watch for confirmation. Does getting ready mean drawing your gun? No. In my opinion, in this area, at this time of night, the gun should already be in your hand. I'll get to that in just a minute. Hey, what's that object that he's pointing at me in his hand? That's weird. Look, I'm just showing you the things that you might want to look for. Situational awareness or, paying extra attention. Well, that's useless if you don't know what you need to be looking for. These are the things that I would be looking for. Plus, this is Brazil. In Brazil and in a number of other locations around the world, two men on a motorcycle, well, that's a red flag. I'm not going to be sitting here like this. Unless something really goes wrong, I'm going to be driving. I'm going to be that moving target thing. But say something goes wrong. Maybe my car won't start. The business is now closed, so I have to sit in my car with my wife and another couple in the back seat. I've already called for a tow, for an Uber, or for whatever other solution the situation calls for. Then I'm going to want to have my firearm in my hand. Yes, of course, I want it down and out of the line of sight of anybody passing by. I'm not looking to catch any criminal charges here. If I can avoid it, I don't want to catch a case. So that means it's probably between the outside of my leg and the center console with the dominant hand master grip. Why? Well, I don't want to have to try to draw my firearm because I don't even want to take a chance of the robber seeing the furtive movement. This is a furtive movement. If you watch closely, you can see his upper arm and shoulder kind of shifting right and then back to the left. From our perspective, for him it would be to the left and to the right. Perhaps a little bit of elevation change in his shoulder as well. This is his dominant right hand side. When I was a police officer, this is the thing that I was always watching closely for, the furtive movement. That's what you're seeing here. The bad guys missed it on this one, but they could have caught it. Now the camera's eye view, well, that's an elevated position, much higher than the contact robber. So I seriously doubt that he can see the forearm or what the forearm's doing, that 90-degree bend. But could he see the left and right movement and the elevation of the shoulder? Can you see this guy's upper arm as it kind of flares out a little bit away from the body? Yes, and so would you now that I've shown you what it looks like. Compare that furtive movement to already having the gun in your hand like this 78-year-old did in Argentina. I'll pin a link at the top of the comments if you want to watch that full video. The bad guy has to deal with some focal shifts here. One is that A pillar. He's going to have to go around the A pillar. He's going to have to focal shift from looking through the windshield to looking through the side door window. Number two, if he's going to reach for the door handle to open the door, he's going to probably look at that. Transitions are opportunities for those who know how to fully exploit them. I know that some of you like the animal analogies. I do too. In the comments, I frequently see head on a swivel. Well, yes and no. Mostly no. It's far more important to know where to look and why, and where not to waste so much time looking. I'm putting the most logical 180-degree area that somebody is going to approach from, whether that's in a vehicle or on foot. I'm putting that in front of me. What's behind me, I'm going to have less concerns about. That's part of tactical staging. Yes, you need to pay attention, but you need to know what to pay attention to and what to not pay attention to. You need to know what you're looking for. Once you see that, then just like a lion, you get hyper focused. Like when a lion's patrolling, then they're going to look around to make sure they don't have like 5 other male lions coming towards them. That would be a problem if you're by yourself or you only have 2. But when they're in hunt mode, they're very focused. They have a winning mindset. And if you're dealing with an unjust criminal aggressor, you definitely want to have a winning mindset. If you can't avoid the violence, that's going to be my first choice. I'm going to try to avoid it. But if you can't avoid it, the proper mindset is you are the tragic event that's about to happen. It's not the bad guy's show. It's not the bad guy's game. It's your game. Make him play your game. Don't play his game. Don't be the prey. Does having a winning mindset, does that guarantee that you're going to win? No. But you don't want to have a competitive mindset and you don't want to have a survival mindset. Those are losers' mindsets. You want to have a winning mindset. And then whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Okay, solutions. So what's going to give us the highest probability of not being in this deadly confrontation in the first place? Well, go to a show or a dinner or wherever you're going. Do that in an area that's not part of this big city. If you have to do it in the big city, maybe do that earlier, before it gets dark. Next, and this is a big one, you got to be highly efficient at transitions. Setting out here on this street, well, you're setting on a seam. That's a term from executive protection. Don't set in the seams. When you arrive at your destination, that means you park, everybody gets out, and we get moving into our destination. There's that old pithy saying, out of sight, out of mind. Don't be there. Arrivals and departures are transitions. So when it's time to leave your destination, everybody loads up, you start the car, and you get the car moving. Why? Well, it's harder to hit a moving target. These people that are seated in this vehicle, they're sitting here stationary with their headlights and their taillights turned on, making it easy for the robbers to see that this car is occupied and not moving. That's arguably the number one reason these bad guys pick this vehicle as their target. If nobody's sitting in this car, they just drive right by. They're looking for people sitting in a car so they can rob them. Don't be those people. Bad guys, they have all kinds of composure because they have plenty of experience. That is, they have composure right up until the point that things begin to go badly. Then it's time to save yourself and flee for your life. In this incident, the contact robber was later arrested while being treated at a hospital for a gunshot wound to the back. If I recall, it didn't seem to be life-threatening. The driver of the motorcycle, at the time the article was written, he'd already been identified but was still at large.